completed the upper level of planting. In this area, it was sectioned off to create privacy. So the cedars are staggered along the front, along the sidewalk. So it gives privacy all the way through, down through to the house. The planting is arranged so that it has the maximum privacy. Okay, so I'm just cleaning up some of the broken branches that happened with the transport and planting. It's always good to get rid of any damaged pieces. Since this is on a slope, the planting was a little bit trickier. We had to make sure that all the plants in place are healed in well, that nothing is going to shift or alter. The terrain is all compacted to accommodate the plants that are in here, so that they are thriving as they mature. Sometimes when we're planting, we run into a problem like this. This plant has gone through transplant shock. In the time that it's gone from the truck to its home, it's just stressed out. So it's starting to lose its leaves, it's shriveling up a bit. It could be due to a lack of watering at the time. However, we are going to replace this one out so that we have a good looking, healthy plant. Okay, so the plants that are in here, we've got a variety of cedars, boxwood. All of this is intentional because this will be, they're evergreens, so they create a backbone to the layout, the design. The rest of the perennials will die back. They'll be cut back, so you'll still have the structure of the garden throughout the winter until, again, back in the spring, everything starts reblooming and popping up. You still have the shape and the layout of the garden as intended. The areas over here and in the court and planter are designated for annuals. So given the fact that there's a lot of evergreen here and we're waiting on the perennials to come up in the spring, this area and in the box will give a pop of color while everything is just starting to regrow in the springtime. They're not going to be there. They'll be just pushing up. It'll be a lot of green. Anything that goes in here is just going to be pops of color. This particular model is called the Ace High, and it's designed so that it shoots a ray of light across the sidewalk here. We are going to be installing another one in over here just to complement and add a bit of light in this area. So as you're walking to the house, they're underneath the cap. There is a light, it's an Evo hide, and they run down all the steps right down to the bottom. So everything will be lit up. In your walk down to the entrance of the house and down to the pool area are pretty fun lights. They move, they're called sways. So they will move in the wind and just give off some really cool vibes in the garden. And they are placed throughout. They're very minimal lights, but they have a really nice glow to them when they're lit up. Okay, so we have a row of taxus that have come along the stairway transitioning down to create a bit of a wall almost as we start descending down to the lower levels. It just continues along and creates a bit of a wall to camouflage the neighbor's side. From here, we go down and transition down to a variety of perennials. We have some ferns, we have some hostas, some hocknacloa, and a few more boxwoods down towards the end. So if you see over here, we've got some wiring that's exposed. We had a little bit of technical difficulties trying to there was a line that's run underneath the pavers here to the other side to light up the few lights that are on this side of the walkway. So that's why this is still uncovered, but it will be buried once we've resolved that issue with the lights. So this is one of the last planting beds that we have to do. We just completed the fill. The bed here has been lined and filled with soil. We still have lighting wire. There's wires here for the heater, I believe, and also speakers. So we will continue along with the planting, put this in, and then the wires will be buried in here. Okay, so we're now in the fire pit area. We just finished planting this morning in the rain. So everything's been placed. The reason and the placement of the different types of plants is so that we have an unobstructed view for the clients. So everything's at a lower level. There's nothing really tall, and you can just sit back and enjoy. The plants that were chosen here, we went with some Hocknacloa, which gives a little bit of movement in the area. The colors selected were some of the favorites of the clients. So Monarda here is a hot pink. We've got the lavender color in there. Following along with the Lysimachia in the same yellow greens. The Huchera, it's a darker shade of purple. So if you wanted to come in on and get a closer look of it. This we didn't plant. It's a leftover, it's casualty of war. The plant height is kept to a minimum so that the view is not obstructed. The coloring in here, we've got the hot pinks, the caramel here with the Huchera, and the Astilbes are white, so it'll just have white plume, which will blend in with all the plants. So it's just a continuation right up to the end. Okay, so that's the end of the tour for today. Thank you for tuning in. Comment, like, and subscribe.